Hello everyone, this is Dr. Ilyas from the Department of Education, Hazara University, Mansehra. In this presentation, I would like to discuss with you the prerequisites for good academic writing. What is it that make researchers or people who are aspiring to become good academic writers become good academic writers? So what are those requirements? What are those prerequisites that that are needed to become good in terms of making of doing good academic writing? So my reflection actually led me to the following as some of the prerequisites of academic writing. So let's see and discuss one by one. Well, in this diagrammatic representation, you can see that there are number of things that are related to to good quality academic writing. And the first one I would begin with is reading. Reading is one of the prerequisites for academic writing. Reading frequently, reading consistently, reading on regular basis, and reading critically. Without reading, it is almost impossible to do writing in general, but more specifically academic writing. So one of the prerequisites for academic writing is to do consistent reading and to do purposeful reading. One of the problems that students and many academics and teachers often face is actually lack of reading related to academic writing. The second thing then is reflecting on what you read. So reflection or reflecting on what we have read or what we have been reading is also very important in terms of developing our academic writing. And then rereading. So you read things, you go back and reflect on that reading, and then you go back and reread those things. And the next level then is critical reading, looking at what you have read in a more critical way, and asking questions about what you have read and not just accepting things that come through your reading. Then the next prerequisite actually is reading quality material and reading in terms of quantity. So you have to read a lot in order to be a good academic writer, but also you need to think about and to take this into consideration, that you need to write quality work. Sometimes we read low quality work and that actually is reflected in our writing. So one of the things is to read quality works. If you are a junior researcher or if you are a student, you will find it difficult to distinguish between good quality work and not so good quality work or low quality work. And so here comes the role of the teacher or the supervisor who can help you in identifying good quality work. And so identification of good quality work and focusing on good quality work is quite important. The next thing then is academic writing also needs you to have good and substantial vocabulary of the words that are used in academia. And so academic writing actually, one of the prerequisites for this is the development of good quality academic vocabulary. And again, reading comes, and reading of academic sources comes. The more you read, the better it helps you in developing academic vocabulary, and it helps you in learning the structures of academic writing and the sentence structure, the paragraphing, structuring, and so again developing a good quality of substantial academic vocabulary is quite important, and it is a prerequisite for writing well in academic terms. So reading, reflecting, reading, and reading in academic terms then can lead to the things on our left side, and that's writing. So you can begin, if you just keep on reading and reading, it is very helpful. But because academic writing is a kind of practical skill, so you have to shift from reading to writing, or you have to do these simultaneously. What you need to do basically is to begin with shorter summaries of what you have read, summaries of the articles that you have read, and so you can begin with reading um, shorter academic articles, and then you can make shorter summaries of those academic writings, and then trying to learn paragraphing. So paragraphing basically is actually kind of dividing your ideas regarding a particular topic into different sub ideas, and so paragraphing is quite important. The next thing is paraphrasing. Academic writing includes a lot of paraphrasing. So there are some quotations, direct quotations, but direct quotations in academic writing should be kept at a minimum. And the most important thing that we often need to do is paraphrasing. So paraphrasing is quite important, and it's a form of summarizing as well. So as academic writer, we need to learn the concept of proper paraphrasing and understanding the techniques of writing or technical writing, because academic writing is not generalistic journalistic type of writing or general writing. It's basically very technical form of writing, and so one of the prerequisites actually is to learn the technical writing skills. So there are certain books and manuals available on the technical writing. um, the next thing is, once we do this writing thing, we can get feedback. One of the things is that is a prerequisite for developing our academic writing is actually getting feedback on our writing, getting feedback on our summaries, getting feedback on the paragraph that we write from our supervisors or from our seniors, or from those who have expertise in academic writing. We can also do this indirect feedback by comparing our writing with the writings of those that we read, or with the writing of our supervisors, or with the writings of those who are published, or our seniors. And so comparing and contrasting is also very important, and it is a prerequisite for developing our academic writing. The last, which is actually not the last one because it's a kind of continuous process, is improving our what we have actually written. So we will write something, and then we will improve and polish it. We will become towards this stage of our um, journey in academic writing. We will focus on improving and polishing, and we will become more independent and more critical as well, because at this stage we have sufficient knowledge, because we have read enough, we have reflected on what we have read, and we have actually taken the guidance of the supervisors or seniors, and we have got the feedback of them, and we are now becoming experts in comparing and contrasting, and as a result we will become more independent, more critical, and more fluent in terms of our academic writing. So academic writing overall is not like an easy thing. It's a continuous and perhaps a very long process. Usually for like students of MPhil or a PhD, it almost takes a year to understand the basics and some level of sophistication in terms of academic writing. But time and time again, I must emphasize that regular reading, and critical reading is very, very important. You need to read a lot, and you need to read um, academic writings. You need to read technical manuals related to academic writing. You need to build vocabulary. You need to understand the structures and the formats of academic writing. And so time and time again, I must come to the basic point, and that is reading, and regular reading, critical reading, um, and keeping yourself open to change and open to like the comments and the feedback of others in